Hello, 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 my fellow she-lancers or freelancers. This is a non-gender specific podcast, but she-lancer, I don't have to explain it. Welcome back to my podcast. So much has happened since my last podcast. Oh my God, it's been, October of last year? Well, let's talk about what has happened in my journey into the world of entrepreneurship. Check this out. This is the She-Lancer Mom Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Angela Olfest. In this podcast, we'll talk about my adventures in freelancing, my voiceover business, and everything else in between. So grab a glass and hang out with me. But next time, you bring the wine. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome. Well, wow, my last podcast was October. That is insane. Well, here's the skinny. I have been steadily growing my voiceover business since, June of 2018, I believe. And right about that time in October, I also decided to start an Amazon FBA business, to kind of bolster my income, to have another stream of income, if you will. Not that voiceover was doing poorly, not at all. It was still gaining momentum quite a bit, actually. It's a funny story. I actually started voiceover because my love of books. And I wanted to go back to the beginning. Not that I didn't love voiceover, because I absolutely do, but it's funny that selling books was how I found voiceover to begin with. So I wanted to go back to that. So here is the story. A long time ago, there was a princess. I'm kidding. About 2 years ago, I was very unhappy, or I should say maybe unfulfilled with my career in the automotive industry. So I wanted to do something for myself. I wanted to start a hobby of sorts to make a little money on the side as well. So what I wanted to do was to resell used books. I have a pretty good-sized library of my own books that I absolutely love. And I think of my books as children. I don't know if that's weird, but I can't see giving any of them up. But I wanted to buy books and then resell them. So I started a website mainly for the purpose of reselling books, but I also wanted to expand that once I got started into just talking about books and discussing books. And then at that point, while I was creating the website for it, I discovered that building a website is hard, and to get people to see your website is hard. So I started with blogging. I started to write some blogs and didn't get a whole lot of traffic. So I started to do a little bit of research, as entrepreneurs do, to to help market the website and to get more people involved and interact with me and talk with me, and perhaps that would blossom into a thriving website for book sales. But in that research, I came across a I think it was something on MSN. I think I came across. It was a woman, I believe it was Carrie Olson, that was talking about narrating audiobooks. And I was so fascinated by this article. I read the entire thing. And then, of course, I did a little research on Carrie and found that she had found enormous success with not only narrating audiobooks, but doing lots of other voiceover things, commercials and oh my gosh, video game characters. I mean, anything you can think of that requires a voice requires a voice actor. So I did a little lurking around on her website, and I started to do more research. I looked around on YouTube and did some Google searches and went really far down the rabbit hole. And I decided, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I love reading books. And if someone wants to pay me or just to listen to me tell this story, that would be fantastic. And then to get paid on top of that is just a bonus. So that is how I got into narrating audiobooks. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do this so badly. I started with a few very basic components. I think my boyfriend at the time had a Blue Yeti, a USB mic that he was using for work, and he let me borrow it. And I hopped on to LibriVox. When LibriVox is a website that you can volunteer your time narrating books in the public domain, mainly just for entertainment purposes, people who cannot read them for themselves or just want some easy, free listening. They would listen to these narrated audiobooks by people donating their time to do this. So I did a few chapters of a few different books there on LibriVox, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And then I came across ACX, which is a arm of Amazon. And this is the place where rights holders or book authors or publishers find narrators to narrate their audiobooks. And so I put up a few profiles. I put up a few samples of me narrating books in the public domain as my samples. And I landed a few jobs with narrating some audiobooks. And it just kind of started to blossom from there. And then as I was doing that, I'd continued to do some research. I found a few people on YouTube and Facebook that I decided to join their groups. And I started to learn more and more and more. And I loved it more and more and more. And I got onto Fiverr, and then I got onto Upwork. And both of these are websites where they're freelancing marketplaces where people, businesses can go on and find freelancers that offer specific jobs and skill sets to help them with their businesses. And through Fiverr, namely, I found tremendous success in voiceover and more audiobooks there. And fast forward a year and a half, here I am. I am now a full-time voiceover artist. I retired from the automotive industry in February, at the end of February of this year of 2020. So I have been home with my business for about a month and a half now altogether. And I'm absolutely loving it. My son is absolutely loving it. But so that's how I got into voiceover was my desire to resell books. So now I have to kind of go back to the beginning. So in October, I decided to go back to the idea of reselling books in addition to my voiceover business. So I started a Amazon FBA account and signed up with Zen Arbitrage, which is a website that will help you find books that sell well and where to find books to purchase, and then how much you can resell them for, that sort of thing. So I'm doing that as well. So that has been my life in a nutshell since, my last podcast. So I am now a full-time voiceover artist, and I am also running a Amazon FBA where I resell books currently. I think at some point I'm going to branch that out as well to incorporate other things. But for now, I'm going to stick to books because that's really how this all started to begin with was books, because I am a huge book nerd, if you didn't already know, but I am. But so that's it. I will try to post more podcasts coming up in the future. I've gotten so busy with just filling my time with, oh my gosh, marketing and social media and trying to learn all of the new things that comes with owning a business, that I have not really gotten into podcasting as much. I've spent a lot of time on my YouTube channel trying to upload videos there and reach out to more people that I think that maybe I can help. Thinking back to where I was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, when I was doing all of that research and trying to find out what to do and how to edit and how to record with what the best equipment was to use for me, what sounds were going to be the best, what plugins were. There were so many questions. So my YouTube channel, VoiceOver Angela, is dedicated to trying to help others like me in that same place that I was 2 years ago. So visit me there or check me out here, and I will do my best to try to put more podcasts up to see if I can help, pay it forward to help whomever might be in that same place I was. But please like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. It lets me know that somebody's listening and you find what I am saying helpful, entertaining, interesting, boring, whatever. So we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you for listening to Sheelancer, Mom Entrepreneur. Please subscribe and leave a review. Your support is greatly appreciated. We'll see you next time.